Hello and welcome to another episode of the Chaotic Minds. I'm your host, Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, and I am joined today with my co-hosts.
Hello, guys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Henry Montney, also known as Mayhem the Heart's Maze. Hey, how you guys doing today?
Greetings and salutations. I am Dark Trooper coming from you live from secret location, aka my couch.
And I am the Supreme Llama Overlord, welcoming you to enjoy this beautiful night with us.
And tormenting poor Mayhem as well.
It's you, Llama. What are you doing?
I would not torment my good friend Mayhem.
That is a lie, sir. I call lie on you.
There is no empirical evidence. I am a pure gentleman when it comes to my best friend Mayhem. I even initiated global warming because he doesn't like to be cold.
And yet he lives in Michigan.
That is true. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I am just so excited for us to have such a fantastic podcast episode with each other.
I'm so scared.
Why?
Well, let's get started like how we always do with relationships with Mayhem Hearts Maze. Wrong one.
Hello, guys, girls, and squirrels. So, when it comes to relationships, friendships, and workships and such, the one thing I always try to repeat and explain, which a lot of people seem to fail, is communication. Communication is key. Is key for everything. Issues, drama, friendships, co-ships, everything else, relationships. You can miscommunicate, make misunderstandings, have drama, issues, and hatred towards somebody, or problems. It's not always the best. All right, we got another brother here. If you want to introduce yourself before we get on to this.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Dave's here. Happy to be here again. It's been a minute.
Been many
Welcome
minutes.
back.
Thank you.
He was on a secret mission for the Emperor.
I was hunting down the relics of Vulcan.
Of Vulcan.
Yeah, I had a brain fart there for a minute, but yeah, 2 clocks to the head, and I'm back.
Damn it, Llama! What the hell? What did you?
Yo, you look like that. What's that guy that? Like, God, I can't remember the name.
Universe myself.
Golly gee willikers!
You look like Coffeezilla.
That's not a fighter.
Just for the record, for tonight's podcast, we are now golly gee willikers instead of damn it.
Galacky Willigers.
Dude, he looks like
Damn it, Llama.
Hey, that's a Coffeezilla that exposes scammers and shit like that. I love Coffeezilla.
Relationships.
All right. So we have a disclaimer up here just in case, by the way, for the way, hey, for purpose of making sure there's no lawsuits and whatnot and other things to cover your buttocks and whatnot. Be mindful. As what we say is our thoughts, not yours. And this is for comedic purposes and our own gesture. This is one of the guys I watch at times, Levi Nichols, and his dog. I watch his dog. His dog's awesome. So cool. Snack time. And then Levi here, awesome dude. He's pretty goofball. He does some funny things. Also some good advice.
Big bag.
She's plus size.
Stop saying plus size and just start saying fat.
Hey, that's a red flag for me because she's not a 10 out of 10 then.
You don't think she's a 10 out of 10?
if she's plus size, it's just not for me.
What do you think it is for you that bigger girls are not your type?
That's two different questions. But the first question is if she is not like, what is it if she's not my type? About
What is it her that makes her just not your type?
The fact that she's fat.
attraction and having
Health in
I'm
general.
worried that I might die.
You sit crisscross applesauce and then
She somehow
Right.
smells like Crisco.
I dated a girl once that smelled like vegetables, like carrots.
No,
Like,
that
you
was
go-
me. Remember?
No, damn it.
Not to
Damn it.
mention, I'm
Gene
pretty
Willikers
sure
wrong.
any guy would want the ability to actually put their arms fully around their girlfriend.
I like me. I don't mind. I've dated big girls and thick girls, but there's a limit and there's rules. For me, it just depends on the size and mass. And
Yeah, the biggest beautiful
prefer short,
community does
and-
not believe that. They think any size of big is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's no.
Every influencer that's ever said that has died.
I know some guys
Bring it
that
on.
are hardcore, as they call them, chubby chasers and stuff like me. It doesn't bug me. It doesn't matter what their weight is or anything. Like I didn't really judge to a certain extent, but I had my limits. Everybody does.
It was an episode of a
get up easily. You
1,000
know,
Ways
what if
to Die. Who where the guy was in male coitus with a plus size lady.
No quite.
She climaxes and lays on top of him and falls asleep, and he smothers her, and he smothers the poor man.
Yeah, because skin is airtight.
But I mean, it also goes both ways. Guys should also work to keep in shape themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We do, but women mostly say they don't like it because they get self-conscious that we're actually going to attract more women to us. And yeah, I've been there before where I've trained and I've had women tell me I don't like the ripped or in shape body, and they just get all self-conscious about it. So it's a double-edged sword. Some girls will keep men out of shape just to make themselves feel better, essentially.
I dated this girl one time that broke up with me because I was fat. And she ended up marrying a guy that was a big plus size guy.
That means that she has a fetish.
Yeah, she did. She was like big cuddly bear guys. She's like, I like the whole dire wolf, like buff wolf kind of man thing. It's like, but I like the.
So why didn't you send her to Big Al?
Yeah. Why? I haven't seen you like that, and oh my god, Peanut. Chris, Dark Trooper. Zoom in on this stuff, man. Oh my god, I just lost my brain. This girl. What did you do?
Put the noises in the basement where
Oh god, what were you doing? He was fighting with a lawnmower.
Yeah, I started with the ass, but then moved up top.
You look weird.
You look weird.
I missed the beard.
Your mom looks
I
weird.
did mine.
I just slicked my hair back.
Oh my god, I just noticed that. Dude, it's skinhead llamas.
What happens when you shave a llama?
Dude, I love that llama. You look good, man. You do. You look great.
That is the hardcore, most craziest April Fool's joke I've ever. I don't know if it's over or not. I really don't know if it's over. I'm kind of worried.
It's not.
What did I get myself into?
we have a kid, as a man, I have to look at this from a very analytical standpoint. I have to sit here and think, if you were able to gain about 40 pounds and carry my child, would you be 300 pounds and ready to hit the A gap on Cowboys? You know, I have to calculate that risk there. And so if you're already
Joking
and then
about
we
that
add
one.
40 and you're going to be 260, maybe even pushing 270, depending on how many donuts you may eat during pregnancy,
In all jokes
you're going to be
aside,
nearing your 300 pounds. I'm not
In
going to be
all
able to
jokes
save
aside-
you on a burning building or something. We need to hurry and get out somewhere. The only thing you're hurrying to is when you fall on the floor.
Like a vibe to connect
in all
with
jokes
someone.
aside,
Those are both very important things, and you have to have.
Ew, no, I'm good. I'm not touching that.
with,
He has
with
a
all
whole
jokes
bag of
aside,
hair. He wasn't. I told you it wasn't done
there
yet.
are some women who are naturally curvy. That doesn't mean that they're fat. It just means that they're curvy, which is
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, that's fine. You can tell when they're
But
not fat.
that's a
That's just because they're boobs.
But
But that's also different from being plus size.
it's true.
Go call them what they call us as men. That's skinny fat.
But
I'm gonna cry.
That's skinny fat.
I'm just not attracted to someone that is like plus size.
Fat
So
and unhealthy.
if she's super smart and intelligent, it's really not going to matter because in bed I'm not going to be able to satisfy her
Is it small?
because I'm not attracted to her. It might be small because I won't probably get hard.
Okay, what if your girlfriend hypothetically would get bigger? What would happen?
I mean, in that aspect, then I would be with her because I started with her. If she started small, I would love her.
It is honestly embarrassing how often I would overlook this experiences. Like a few years ago, there was this guy that
Yeah, she's got like the trifecta. She's a big back. She's got the crazy necklaces, the weird hair, and the septum ring.
big back, hooked up with on and off for about like a year.
Yeah,
And of course, he was a stereotypical frat finance bro. I always knew that we were just a hookup and it was never going to turn into anything real. But one day I asked him, like, hey,
You always knew
Do you
that.
already
Why?
your friends know that you're into bigger girls? And he said, yeah, I tried to tell them once,
Well,
but
you
they
know,
just
me
made fun
laugh.
of me. I don't
Maybe
really
something
talk to them
to
about
do with
it. So I was like, what does that mean for like your dating life? So he literally said, yeah, I just F fat girls in private and then I'll just date and marry a skinny girl. And the sad part is I continued to sleep with him even after.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
He was out of your league, boo boo.
He still did it after.
Honestly, I think she did it because she knew she was never going to find another guy like him.
Most fat chicks will do that. Have you ever noticed the starter pack to having sex is usually with a couple of fat chicks? Like your first few easy, you meet up real quick, you get in the car, or you go to their house and you fuck, and then you leave, and that goes on for a couple of months. You ever notice that it's heavier chicks?
For me, my first few are all athletic or good shaped or hourglass shaped, mostly at the beginning. I actually got with some of the bigger ones later on, just see the differences. And the ones I knew I didn't like the most were skinny girls, skinny, just no butt. Nope, that hurt.
I had to be actually drunk to even get with a bigger girl.
I just tried to comb my beard.
You don't have a beard?
You shave your beard off.
The beard. Oh wow, you're gonna look so weird driving at work. People are gonna be like, "Are you?"
Nobody's.
Why are you driving Llama's truck?
Tastes like a boiled egg.
Ah,
You know
that's
the funny
funny.
thing is, a lot of people have been taking his soundboard and using it now. What he's been doing for a while, because I never heard it from anybody else for the longest time. And I started hearing it from him, and now I hear it like other people mimicking him and stuff and copying him. Damn it, Llama!
What do you mean, damn it, Lava? I didn't even do anything yet. I just
over and just looked at me, looking at you, and looking at me, and I'm just like looking at the alternate universe of me. Just one of those moments you just get angry at yourself, going,
God, it feels weird to touch my face.
at that.
It's
been how many
and
years?
In case anybody is wondering, the carpet does match the drapes.
Lie.
It took a lot of very careful landscaping because, did not want to cut down what should be a tree.
So on that note, damn it,
Back
Llama.
on the fat chicks.
Excuse me, sir. It's Golly G. Willikers.
By the gods and the holy squirrels. What the squirrel monkeys? All right. So, Llama over here in the alternate universe, me. I don't know who's threatening me, but stuff it. We're gonna go into the lore.
Lord.
Lore.
We are
Welcome to the
lore.
context.
Yes, you are seeing that correctly. That was a giant caught on a mountaintop. Later, when the person that originally caught this video came back to that very same mountaintop, there are military vehicles and bases already fully set up on that mountain, and he was being followed by people in black vehicles. Dude ended up going missing. Said that it was a heart attack is the reason he passed away.
Sure, it was.
But more and more clips like that have been popping up everywhere, showing proof of the Nephilim, the giants. How they aren't fully gone, that they do still walk this earth. We also have this video right here.
Someone who had bad plastic surgery.
These Epstein files basically prove every conspiracy ever. We're going to be going through everything from black magic rituals, the worst type crimes committed. It's a lot of people in these files, celebrities, presidents, leaders, Canaanite deities. You know, we have it all. Jeffrey Epstein had a bank account, which was called Ball. The word pizza.
Loaded properly, you actually see your face properly.
Real blue.
Is it just me, or does her face blend into the background? If it wasn't for her hair, we wouldn't see her at all.
I think it's just the camera work. I don't know what it is.
Canaanite deities, you know, we have it all. From Donald Trump all the way up to Ball. So all the way down to Ball, I guess I would say. But just let's get into it. We have an email from someone to Jeffrey Epstein saying, I decided to sacrifice poor homosexuals.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like it's just clear language. Like, I don't know the last time I would have ever said that as a joke or symbolic, right? Because what a
all this dark stuff. I don't like this kind of it's creepy. Oh no, that right off from Falls Video. You've seen Prince Andrew.
We have.
Yeah, I'm good.
Prince Andrew hovering over a defenseless child on the floor. Yep, real.
That's creepy stuff.
It was just a bad look that happened. These files also, Pizzagate was where pizza is used over 900 times in Epstein's various emails. I think I've ever emailed about pizza in my life. I don't think I've ever received an email, maybe Domino's coupon, right? But that would be from Domino's. And mind you,
actually,
the FBI
that
work like pizza, there's a little graph here, actually are code words for predators.
Yeah. This is here's the creepy thing. That what in the squirrel monkeys.
The fact that this is happening within our own government, though.
And we've been trying to tell people for years, but everybody just keeps going, shh. Stop
Yeah,
it.
that's just the ones that do. The whistleblowers are the ones that get silenced.
And that's
Why?
the thing
You're
about
afraid that people actually will find out the truth? Afraid that people will stand up against the government?
People get disappeared and shushed all the time, and that's what it is. So yeah, but we'll go to it's another proper lore. Was there one for any more lore for that, or we're done with lore for now?
We can be done with lore today.
All right.
Did you know that when it snows, anyways.
Did you know you have a Shrek down in your basement?
Get out of my swamp!
I mean, if you painted him green.
Just my balls already are.
That'd be bad.
Hang on now.
But Henry, I told you I had like a bunch of buckets of paint down here. One of them was green. And I was like, dip my balls in, see if it's still good.
You look down and it says acetone, and you're like,
well, that explains the tingling and why they're so smooth.
Happy birthday, people.
Yep, it's time that we move on to our celebrity birthdays. And we are going to be starting off today on March 26th. We're going to be starting it off with soul singer Diana Ross. She's 82. Best known as one of the members of the Supremes.
I'm a member of the Supremes.
But she is also she was also the one who starred with Michael Jackson in The Wiz. She's the one that played The Wiz's version of Dorothy.
The wonderful
A lot of people think that she is either the inspiration for Dirty Diana or Princess Diana was. Most people don't know the truth. But she was also from here. She was former neighbors with Smokey Robinson in Detroit, Michigan. And she was 8. So she's actually from Michigan.
I would like to give a Star Trek salute to the one and only Spock, Leonard Nimoy, who died in February 27, 2015 at the age of 83. Best known for his role as Mr. Spock from the original Star Trek.
Live long and prosper.
Okay.
Was he in Transformers?
You didn't know that? You need it.
How about this? Broadway actor Jonathan Groff, best known for his roles in Spring Awakening and also as his role as King George III in the musical Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
You know what's harder to do? They do dark and messed up in the celebrity birthdays. Who's on the Epstein list from the 70? Oh my God! I'm sorry, I had to. Oh, it's so dark. But what about Martin Short, 76, movie actor? I'm not sure if he is or not. I'm just, what are the odds?
Who?
Martin Short. He's kind of short, actually. 76, movie actor. He was a Saturday Night Live, Three Amigos, Mars Attacks.
What day of birthdays are we doing again?
March 26th is what we're on right now. All right. How about this? Rock singer Steven Tyler, lead vocalist of Aerosmith, 78.
Oh, gross.
All right, let's
not what you said. I just read somebody's birthdays today.
Ew.
Do you see who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Ew.
Nancy Pelosi.
Gross.
Damn it,
you said it.
All right, let's do one more before we shift over to the next day. So the 27th.
quick shout out to all of our guests that we have live watching us live, like Supreme Llama Overlord and Dark Trooper and Mace War. Oh, and that Ivory person as well.
I heart you, Ivory.
27th.
I agree. The fuck, damn it, Llama.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on to the 27th. Then.
All right, 27th it is. Wow, we just went off there. Damn it, Llama, you just shifted us
Gonna
off
get
completely.
started with Fergie, 51, pop singer, former member of the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh yeah, wow.
What's up, Llama?
How about Nathan Fillion?
Fillion.
55 years old, best known for his role as Captain Reynolds, as Mal Reynolds from Firefly and Serenity. He is also he's currently playing as John Nolan in The Rookie.
That show I think was okay in the beginning, but I can't watch it anymore.
He was also in this match. Anyway, he was also in a series called Castle, but from what I heard, the female protagonist and him did not get off on well, and that's why it's just downhill from there.
I'll show you my downhill.
They didn't like each other. What else is there? Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino, 63 years old. He's a director, best known for his role for his movies as Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill 1 and 2, and Curious Bastards, Django Unchained, and others.
Wait, how'd you pronounce that? What, Unchained?
Django.
No.
Django.
Unchained.
Django.
D is silent.
What about Nathan Fillion, 55?
Already did that one.
Already did that one. Sir.
Where the hell was I?
Off in your own little world.
Damn it, Llama.
Wrong one.
How about Elizabeth Mitchell, TV actress? She's from she had a main role as in the Santa Claus movie series. She was also on Once Upon a Time, the soap opera.
How about Mariah Carey, pop singer, 57 years old. She does not look 57, by the way. Best known for her role as I Don't Want a Lot for Christmas.
That's what she's known for now.
She has way more better songs than that.
That's just the meme she's known
I don't
for.
watch. I don't listen to her, so I don't.
She has way better music. It's just because that song got memed is the only reason why she doesn't really.
Well, it got memed because
everybody
played it.
Her big one though would be "Touch My Body." That's her actual big one.
You can touch my body.
I'm over here, like, of course.
Yeah, I'm this little kid.
She's also got other great songs such as "Visions of Love," "Shake It Off," "One Sweet Day," multiple others.
All right.
Well, I don't listen to her, so I wouldn't know.
I don't listen to you, so it's fine.
How about Jessie J, pop singer, 38? She was the one that came out with the song "Nobody's Perfect."
Okay. What about Holiday
In
Granger.
Granger. Wow. I can't read. All right. 38.
And it's holiday, not holiday. Holiday.
Man, she would have slapped me already.
Holiday Granger.
She would have slapped me. I would have smiled. I would have blushed and so can get the other cheek. She might have blushed after that. More is the strong hit. But
okay, let's move on to March 28th.
Cinderella, she played in 2015. And then and Anastasia as well. Wow, she played interesting. She played two of them.
But let's move on to March 28th as we start off with Reba McEntire, 71. Country singer, TV actress, movie star.
Oh man, he got her.
How about Nick Frost, 54 years old, best known for his role with Sean Pegg in Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and what was the other? There was a third one, World's End. He was also in a series called Space with him, where they were basically got two guys living. Him and the girl were living in a flat, and then all sorts of shenanigans happened. British shenanigans happened.
I don't know how many shenanigans can happen if you live in something that's flat. You should really like build it up and whatnot, like give it some supports, expand out.
Smart ass.
Well, that's the only part of me that's smart. Did you say damn it, llama?
Yes, I did.
God damn it.
Willikers.
I'm gonna kick your Willikers.
You're closer.
Kick you in the llama.
How about Fula Borg, 44, the techno DJ. Techno DJ, producer, and singer-songwriter.
That'd be your singer-songwriter.
Yes, I am a singer-songwriter.
Right. All right. Four. TV actor and movie actor for Sam Pegg, Shaun of the Dead.
I already did that one.
Oh, you did? Wow. How the hell did I miss that?
You're not paying attention.
Honestly, I think we're all tired.
Today, everyone is dragging ass today. I don't know what it is about today, but everywhere I went today, everyone's dead.
You know, Matt's usually not in here. Maybe he's just wearing us out.
Damn right.
Damn it, Llama.
His presence is exhausting.
How about former WWE wrestler Umaga died in 2009?
Oh, damn. Yeah, man. He was a good wrestler, too.
Mm-hmm.
He was fun.
He was the one they tried to turn Solo Sikoa into first, but I think they're going to stick with Jacob Fatu to be more like him. In truth, he is more like he is more like Umaga.
He was just a different type of Rikishi, but no one could be a Rikishi but Rikishi.
I'll be your Rikishi.
Damn it, Llama, you are
Rikishi.
Oh, I can't reach the keybind.
But he is of that. He is of those group of those people. He is part of their Samoan tribe, actually.
Yes, Samoan's got some good genes.
Are Rikishi and The Rock related? I can't remember.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah. Rikishi.
Rock and who? Rikishi? Yeah, they're related. They're cousins.
Yeah.
Rikishi is also the father of Jimmy and Jey Uso as well as Solo Sikoa.
I'll never forget Rikishi, man. The guy that shoved everyone's faces in his ass. Like he shoved his ass in the quarter. That man. The only person that has ever disgusted me more than that is that wrestler that used to be called the Boogeyman. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he's
still around. He still does things.
He still does
He just
things?
doesn't do much wrestling right now because no one wants to face him. No one wants to be in the ring with someone that'll literally make them eat worms.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy.
And that was his thing, and it's because that's what he got known for. Boogeyman was known as Boogeyman from beforehand, from Fear Factor.
I'll show you my.
I'm the Boogeyman.
Disgusting.
Anyone got one more before we move on?
How about Scott Mills, 52, radio host, BBC radio disc jockey. All right, let's go on to the next one.
I don't want on to the 29th as we start off with WWE wrestler currently Stephanie Valkyr, 33. She is a member of Raw, and
I miss pro wrestling. My body doesn't.
Very pointy chin.
And I do believe she is the holder of the world title right now in the women's division.
How about Sam Walton? He died April 5th, 1992 at the age of 34.
Sam Walton, the guy who owned Sam's Club and Walmart.
Yep.
I actually knew that one. We're not going to talk about why.
Llama. Damn it, Llama. You make me want to cry.
I don't know why I want to make you want to cry.
Wilson?
You make me want to shout. Take my hand up and shout.
How about movie actor and TV actor Scott Wilson? He died in October 6th, 2018. But he was the one that played Herschel Green on The Walking Dead. He also had roles in The Great Gatsby, Pearl Harbor, and Junebug, as well as a part of the Netflix series The OA.
We're on the 30th now?
29th.
Wow.
How about
Brennan? Now you're a day ahead. First you were a day behind, now you're a day ahead.
Damn time machine.
Brennan Gleeson.
Llama fix this.
Age 71. Best known for his role in Troy. And Mad-Eye Moody in Harry Potter series.
Oh, Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
Okay. Shocked you didn't get the president. President John Tyler, 1790 to 1862.
He led the way in the annexation of Texas in 1845.
And was our 10th president.
Here's one. Lucy Lawless, 58, TV actress, also known as Zeta, the Warrior Princess. One of my favorite TV shows to ever watch in the 90s, plus Hercules.
I wonder why.
You just watched it because she was in a bustier.
She does awesome in general.
Yes.
Both her and Kevin Sorbo are just sweet people. All right.
All left.
Got Matt Olson, 32, baseball player. He is part of the it was part of Oakland Atlantic and now Atlantic Beavers or Braves, Atlantic Braves.
How about Bones actress Maggie Baird? She's also in The West Wing and Curb Your Enthusiasm, as well as a voice actress for characters in Saints Row 2, Mass Effect 3, and Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 8. Final Fantasy 13.
It's not very final if there's more than 15.
It is a little startling, especially if there's like 3 discs a game. But it works.
God. Back in my day, there was a game that was like 5 discs long. And in order to keep playing, you had to switch them out.
And the first 2 discs was the tutorial.
That game, my friend and I Mayhem knows who I'm talking about. Sat there,
All right, we're moving on to the 30th.
What?
We start that off with painter Vincent van Gogh, 1853 to 1890.
Best known for his paintings as the sunflowers, a self-portrait picture of his room, and Starry Night.
Yep.
Fun fact is that he actually every day when he went to church with his family, he would pass a gravestone with his name on it.
What was it, Picasso?
How about
What about Robbie Coltrane? 1950 to 2022 TV actor. In Harry Potter film series. He was in James Bond, Goldeneye, and The World's Not Enough.
Yep.
died?
Yep.
No, John Austin. He's 96 years old. Best known for his role as the original Gomez Adams, and he died. What else was he in?
You okay, honey?
How about this?
Huh.
The guitarist Eric Clapton, 81.
Does he have the clap?
Member of the Yardbirds. He was also a member of Derek and the Dominoes as well as Cream. And now he does solo work.
You got one right here. Richard Sherman, 38, football player. Played for the Seattle Heat.
Oh, Celine Dion.
And then signed with the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, since I did, how about Celine Dion, 58 years old, best known for her song "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic.
Nice. How about Mr. Can't Touch This, MC Hammer?
Yeah, but they can't. Yeah, but they can't touch that with a warrant.
And he's also the one that wrote Too Legit to Quit.
How about Robbie Colton? He died on October 14th, 2022 at the age of 72. Best known for his role as Hagrid from the original Harry Potter series.
Oh, God bless his soul. What they did?
Henry already got Robbie.
Fine, be that way.
They fucked Harry Potter all up, man. Y'all see Black Snake?
Right.
Black Snake, dude.
How about this? Mariah Reynolds, mistress of Alexander Hamilton. Died in 1828.
You couldn't just add new characters or two different.
Yeah.
Some race ups.
So, all right.
I'll go to one of the other schools.
Right.
No, it has to stay in the original series. Why?
Not a different year.
Okay. So, anyone got one more?
Nope.
Damn. No.
All right, we're moving on to March 31st. Start that off with civil rights leader Cesar Chavez, labor and civil rights activist. He was one of the co-founders of the National Farm Workers Association in 1962.
I love Japanese.
And it says it helped to disenfranchise farm workers.
How about Ewan McGregor, 55 years old, best known for his role as young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there.
I still think they messed
Which,
up.
if you think about it, A New Hope is actually the first ever hello there from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Huh.
He says it when he first
he
spots.
actually got. When
When he
actually
first spots R2D2, that's when he says it.
Well,
what's funny about it is that he actually, when he did that role, he was driving to get his kids one day, and he passes this driver, cuts him off. He chases him down and goes. He just starts cussing around like, "Are you still gonna?" And he goes, "Wait, that's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm getting cussed out by Obi-Wan Kenobi."
How about this? Movie actor Christopher Walken.
He is looking very old.
Best known for his time in Saturday Night Live, as well as his roles in Catch Me If You Can, Pulp Fiction, Hairspray, Eddie the Eagle, and A View to Kill.
I want more cowbell.
I
want
think
to hear some more cowbell.
one of his skits was
Eden.
he's this guy
For
who
some
like he's supposed to be this like suave, sophisticated, but he's just like this weirdo, and it's caught in all this like weird stuff. And it's a PV point of view, POV version, and he's just like he gets pepper sprayed. He goes, "I have been pepper sprayed so much, I have become immune."
I'm like, dude, that's not a good thing.
You mean my brother? I'm sorry, I had to. He's been pepper sprayed a lot. But all right, next actor. Ooh, I'm right here. Rena Pierman, 78, TV actress. She was in Cheers. I remember growing up to that. And
She was also in
which
Matilda.
I love that movie.
She was also the mother in Matilda.
Yeah, I showed my daughter that movie recently. I was so happy. She loved that movie.
You should read the book to her.
My wife has. We're she loves reading. She already can read a little bit and say some words.
How about Angus Young, 71 years old? He's the guitarist of AC/DC and one of the co-founders of it. The writing on the wall. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one that does the whole kick thing with the shorts. Hey, he's the one that chose that outfit when they were younger. Now he has to keep it.
You lost Matt. What? No. All right, so we got Kate Minchy, 46, comedian. I'm sorry that I said your last name wrong.
Lies.
All right, she was a comedy duo with the Garfunkel and Otis, and then she was also on the show Steven Universe and Big Bang Theory.
Oh, Kate McCucci.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting me.
I've been a fan of hers for a while.
She's cute. I like that face. Cute. She reminds me of 1920s or 1940s.
Hey, we have a damn it llama in the chat.
That's me. Damn it, llama.
Mech War.
Anyways,
Is he even at the computer?
I think he died.
But what would we do with the body if he did?
I'm worried if he's up here.
Ah!
I hear squeaking.
He just jumps up behind you.
Over to today.
I'm under your chair.
He actually goes and looks.
Could you imagine if I was just like very quietly cutting a hole in the floor? He looked under the chair. There's just my head through the floor.
It would be scarier if I just.
You didn't cut with it. You would not be that dumb because you'd be within kicking distance.
I know.
There's no sneaking up on anybody in this house.
No, I'm pretty good at it. I know where most of the squeaks are.
No, you squeak. You still squeak.
All right, let's move on to today, shall we?
Focus.
April Fools.
Ooh, I feel bad for Randy Orton, 46, because he shares a birthday with Logan Paul, 31.
Someone has to.
Both of them,
Fuck you,
they need to
Logan
have
Paul.
a birthday bash. They need to have a birthday bash, a birthday match.
That suicide, that guy you videotaped and made fun of in the suicide forest in Japan. Got what you deserve.
That was Logan and his brother Jake.
Yeah, and they properly got banned from Japan forever now.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they showed a dark side of Japan that they didn't want shown.
How about Debbie Reynolds? 98. She died in December 28th, 2016 at the age of 84. Best known for her role in the Disney series Halloween Town as the mother.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize she had passed away.
She's also she also played in the original Singing in the Rain in 1952.
Mm-hmm.
I'm singing in the rain.
Matt's back in. Let him.
Why did he leave us?
His phone had an update.
Lies.
All right,
not live, brother. Just horrible timing. My bad on y'all.
Matt Lanner, 43 TV actor. He was in a disaster movie, Vampires Suck, The Roommate, Pitch Perfect 3, 90210 series.
How about this? British opera and pop singer Susan Boyle, 65. Former winner of Britain's Got Talent.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. She's the one that got the golden buzzer with "I Dreamed a Dream" from Les Mis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I remember a lot of people made fun of the way she looked until she opened her mouth to sing.
I remember there was a movie like that where it actually had, I think it was Lucy Lawson as she was playing as a singer, but she was lip syncing. And the actual singer was this woman, but she had like a scar on her face and she was older. And the company.
Oh, you're talking about the movie about a phantom singer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that they revealed it was her at the end and everybody loved her anyways for it. And then, wow, yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a while. It was pretty good. Okay, is there any more you want to do? One more, or you guys all done?
Direct son of Sean Combs, aka Diddy, King Combs, Instagram star, son of Diddy and Kimberly Porter.
Calls himself King Combs.
He's a social media star now.
No, can't argue with it. All right, so
for those, happy birthday to all those that we got, and to all those that we may have forgotten. Happy birthday to you as well. But at this moment, it is time we move on to our safety tips and scam protection.
So, anywho, while we're getting ready and buffering, We really need to start looking up those guys that do the scam protection stuff and show their videos sometimes on here to show how they get the scammers and the hackers and the
I know of someone.
yeah, like Kit Kobo and a few others. They're pretty cool. Damn it, Llama! How did you? Howdy hoodie whatty? What? Damn it, Llama! And Trooper, your dog is threatening me with its snores. So, for scam and threat protection, be mindful of people taking advantage of your kindness for a weakness. Be mindful of people erratically asking for large sums of money, or even just money in general. Your true friends don't need to do that. Usually, if they're good people and have a good head on their shoulders, they can manage on their own. And if they really need help, they can fall back on the process.
And it's saying that.
What? What?
One moment.
Oh, this. Carry on.
This is Dr.
Thunderbase.
Compton. He does exactly what you were talking about. He messes with scammers.
Thank you. I used to do it I still do when I can. I got a good day.
It's saying that it says.
Oh, come on.
Buffering. I got the buffering.
Mr. Rusty.
And it's saying that it's extracting files.
I don't get why it's doing this.
Mr. Rusty.
What?
Mr. Rusty.
Trombone.
It's not my
How long
internet
do
because I
you-
literally just updated my internet. One of these.
Good morning, everybody. Rosie.
Okay. So he had numerous computers hooked up and fans galore.
Of course, when I want to show something, it doesn't want to. Screw it. Whenever I want to show something, it doesn't want to work with anything else. It's just fine. Anyways, back to what you were saying.
All right. So, as he was trying to show up, but the scammers just won't let us do it right now. They get so angry. Sometimes they call you and they bug you. They try to lie to you and ask and take and withhold and try to steal money from you. I've had so many people that owe me money. I'll never see it again. I don't know when I'll ever see it. I don't think I will. So many people that screwed me over and everything else. I've witnessed it for other people too. It makes you upset. You just gotta sometimes ignore it. Sometimes you gotta fight it. It's not easy. I always say focus on a task. Learn from your lessons not to be always so generous. Be cautious with your generosity. Know who is faking you and being a lying snake over who is being legit and being true and loyal and honest. Most of these scammers, what is it called, Hadith or Kadif or something like that, they practice Kadif, which is they practice lying. And to them, it's part of their religion. It's funny. Muslims do this, and some of the Hindus have their own too. and they lie, scam, screw you over, mock, ridicule. This happens in a lot of scams. You'll notice they happen a lot in Hindu India. And
Mr. Rusty, and it's saying
what?
What was that?
It was him loading a video up, and right when he clicked on it, before he paused it, it played for a split second.
Mr. Rusty, and it's saying that it says extracting files.
Mr. Rusty.
What?
Mr. Rusty.
It's trombone.
Mr. Rusty.
Mr. Trombone.
Rusty.
Yes.
Mr. Trombone.
Yes.
Mr.
You can call me
Trombone,
Rusty.
can you hear me?
It's-
Mr.
You can
Trombone,
call
can
me
you hear me?
Rusty. You don't have to call me
Rusty,
Mr.
can you
Rusty.
hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Go ahead. Can you hear me okay? Am I coming through all right?
Can I
Sometimes this
request you
phone gets a
something?
little weird.
What? Can I request you something? Can I request you
No,
something?
I'm fine right now. Thank you, though. That's very kind of you.
Of those guys.
Can I-
Can you
can
tell me
I
something? Oh my God! Every time. There's a lot of them now that are American sounding too, or they have the voice changers.
They'll use Americans as like delivery people. Pretty fucked up.
It's like, you
There's a
want
lot
to
of
mess
them.
with me, I will make it work.
Right. There's a lot of them that are popping up sadly in Texas because they're trying to take over Texas. They're trying to take sections of it because of how big it is. It's the size of the country. It engulfs most of Europe.
Something. Can I request you something?
No, you can't
What?
request anything.
Will you please, for God's sake, let me do the talking part? Let me do the talking part. I'm the one who's going to guide you and tell you exactly where to click and where not to click.
Click.
All right.
Damn it, Dark Trooper.
Thank you. Now you
Yeah,
can see
Robo.
the green
Well,
line.
I'm
Just
happy
answer me
to
in a yes
oblige.
or a no.
What?
You can see the green line is installing, correct?
Well, no.
Now you see the option finish? You see finish or you see something else?
Oh, no, sir. I see the finish deal. It says
Click on
setup
finish.
has finished
Click on
installing
finish.
Ultra Viewer.
Click on, again, you're reading the whole thing. Did I ask you to read the whole thing?
Well, no, sir. I'm just reading it.
Then
You
why,
didn't have to
why
ask me. I like to think of myself as a pretty good student. Okay.
Click on
let me-
finish. Click on
Ultra
finish.
Viewer
Click on
setup
finish.
has
Click on
finished
finish.
installing-
I love pissing these guys off.
He
It's
does this a
fucking great.
lot. And sometimes he'll act like he'll change his voice to mess with them. He'll act dumber. And sometimes he'll turn it right back around on them and get them to basically screw themselves over.
Oh yeah, I've seen some like that with other guys. I've seen some of them where they'll use all these voice changers, act like they're old ladies, and chat and act like they don't know what's going on, how to work technology, and go off these random tangents and say some weird shit, and they just waste their day and piss them off. But they didn't get to scam somebody. They literally thrive like predators, and they're creepy too. Like there was a video like I posted about a woman being attacked and everything in India, and how many times did she get raped?
That's horrible. Like, how many times was it again? Fuck, I lost count after
Oh, he's
4.
the first tour guy that took me somewhere. He took me to Dark Forest and raped me, and I told my fans about it before it happened, and then after. Why did you what? And then here's another one where they followed me and my friend and took us in this alley, and I'm like, what?
So
And then,
what
here's
did you put the rest of the content on your OnlyFans then?
She might have shit.
Is that chick that did like 1,000 men in one night or some shit like
No.
that? Like she had to time that shit.
Oh, that was a different person.
I'm sorry, that's just funny the way that Just how naturally. No, that was a different person. We'll get to her.
Oh yeah, we've. I can't believe that.
She had the time then.
Supposedly that person's pregnant.
I doubt she knows who the father is.
Dude, that thing's gonna come out a fucking Skittle. That's tainted by like 9 different. That's a walking Skittle bag.
You know what? She may be Blondie Blue, but her kid is Skittles too.
She tasted the rainbow, man. She
You can officially say she tasted the rainbow.
Yup.
And the kid will say, I don't know who my daddy is. I literally walk up to everybody and go, are you my father? Are you my father? All day. And still don't know who my daddy is.
Dude, she did reverse haram jutsu or fucking.
The thing is, I don't even think she knows who the father is.
No, she
After
doesn't.
that many guys at once, yeah, you're not gonna know which one of them was the actual one to get you pregnant.
That's what
Dude,
she.
whoever that was, they had to have had a troll face, dude. When they did that, and they're like, "Oh, I got 3 minutes." Bet, like, you underestimate my pre-ejaculate. It's like 3 minutes, not even. No, they had less than that actually. She had to do like a minute and a half for each dude or something. Like it was some bullshit time. I'm like, if I ever applied for that, I better be dude number 1, and I better have like 10 minutes.
And even then, man, and if she is not tight or knows or feels good at all or anything, you're not doing anything anyways. Like, and plus, how many guys I've finished?
All I have to say is I feel bad for
no
guy
condoms.
1000.
No,
I feel bad.
It's a guy 1000, dude. He arrived in fucking Spelunk gear.
And walk with a hazmat suit and 10 condoms wrapped around, praying that it doesn't any of them slip off.
And you want to know what would be really
Wouldn't
sad
do
if
it
Guy
anyway.
1000 was the one that got her pregnant.
Dude, Guy 54 is the guy that was awesome, man. He's the one that pulled out that condom from Guy 53. He's a real one. He made sure 55 and 56 didn't have to see that shit.
I would just know. I can't believe it.
The world we live in.
We live in a weird world of messed up. This person doesn't know who the daddy is, anyways, and it's like she went through all those guys, and then she went through more, and then more, and then more, and just 1,000, and another 1,000, and another 1,000. I'm just like, lady,
Yo, man, at this point, we can send all the illegals to her, man. They could live in her. Pack them bitches in like sardines.
All right, so on that note, let's go on to a little bit of Warhammer, because we need to burn the heretics that we have just been speaking of, such as hackers, scammers, thieves. If there was any safety tips, Llama would tell you, but Llama, are you even alive?
The biggest safety tip is when Mayhem wears a condom.
Here we go.
Been with the same person for a decade plus. No more condoms.
Well, then there's no big safety tips.
Yeah, well, everybody else wrap your tool.
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
All right, Trooper.
And with that, good night, everybody. I'm going to sleep.
Damn it, Llama.
Good night, Llama.
Today we're going by the grace of the God Emperor and I was being given granted permission to sell you this transmission. Today we're going to go talk about another hero of the Imperium, also known as the People's Hero. I am of course talking about Commissar Ibrahim Gaunt.
Ah, hell yeah. I heard about him.
Now, I would highly recommend for those who have not read the books to read the Gaunt's Ghost book series, because you'll get a much better picture than I can tell you in a few minutes.
Hell yeah.
Suffice it to say, Abraham Gaunt was was at a point of in the Imperium history called the Sabbath World Crusades. He in his early days he was born on a world called Manzapur, the son of an officer who died heroically fighting the orcs. He eventually would end up in the Scholar Progenium, where he would be trained to become a commissar. He eventually would end up with another commissar. What was his name? He eventually would become another commissar, Commissar General Darian Octavio of the Hyakin regiments. He eventually would die by being poisoned by orc tainted meat drink. And before he died a very painful death, he promoted him to a full commissar. He would Gaunt would stay with the Hyakins for a couple more years until a battle until he eventually found out about his father being murdered by a man who he called Uncle Dursius. He had got his revenge in a chainsaw sword duel, which nearly killed him, got sliced across the belly, but he got his revenge. And now he has the scar for the rest of his life. Because he branded him a coward and killed him. He eventually would stay with the Hyakins and fight with the War Master of the Sabbath World until the Battle of of Balhaut, where he would hold the line with the Hyakin until the Hyakin he was with took very heavy losses and was no longer around. So and was conscribed to another regiment, which is consolidate into another regiment, which is very typical of the Astra Militarum. Afterwards, he would be promoted to a very rare thing for a commissar, being given a rank and a regiment to command of his own. This is when he will meet soldiers who would be fighting with for the rest of his time. For the rest of his time as an active soldier, known as the Tanith. When he first gets to Tanith, he sees a planet of just utter forests. Because the thing is, what makes the plague so cool is the trees actually move by themselves. He eventually, unfortunately, shortly after his arrival, they get word that a chaos fleet comes to and broke through the lines, snuck between the lines, and attacked the world of Tanith. He had a choice at the time: leave with whatever he could carry out, or stay and fight and die a pointless death. He chose the latter. The former. He chose to salvage as much of the regiments as he possibly could. He managed to get a full regiment, 1,000 warriors strong, a couple thousand strong, of Tanith warriors off the planet, and thus became the Tanith First and Only, also known as Gaunt's Ghost. He would fight with the ghosts for 10 plus years. One of his most notable campaigns was a place called Vervenhive. This was a decisive battle for him, for he not only executed an officer for messing up the communications and causing the deaths and causing mass confusion at a time where they couldn't afford that. He he removed the commanding officer who was talking about cowardice, who was talking about retreat.
That was badass, by the way.
He removed that officer and took personal command of the defense. He would lead the hive to victory and kill Asphodel himself in a personal duel. Unfortunately, the hive itself did not survive the battle because it was so badly damaged. It just was rotting off, and the population was divided. Those who wanted to stay with the Astra Militarum were joined the Tanith First as reinforcements for the Tanith First, and joined the Tanith. And for many, many years, he also, and another book called The Traitor General, him and a selected group of 10th soldiers were airdropped into a bar behind enemy lines on a planet. He eventually would kill the general, and he was stuck there for 3 years behind enemy lines. When he eventually returned to the Imperium, he was met with suspicion and distrust, and he lost his. He eventually will achieve a command of called. He eventually will achieve a command, the second of command of the entirety of the Sabbath World Crusade, being called Lord General Militant. So he's basically second in command under Slato. And thus, that's pretty much where his tale ends. His war gear at first was a traditional war gear, chainsaw sword, and bolt pistol. At the Vevan Hive, his chainsaw sword gets destroyed, and he gets a power blade, and he uses that for the rest of his life. You guys got any questions? Mac?
So, was it like part of the Imperial Guard, kind of, or?
He's a commissar.
Yeah.
He's basically like a legendary commissar. I think isn't he the new guy that just showed up in the most recent cinematic?
No.
He's not technically.
Yeah.
He's been around for a while.
I was about to say, everyone nutted in the fan base when he came back.
During the Sabbath World, which didn't happen. Sebastian Gart wasn't born yet.
Here's the thing. Dark Trooper mentioned it, and I think somebody else did too. The orcs could have believed him back because of the belief being.
That's Sebastian Yorick. We're talking about Ibrahim Gaunt. Ibrahim Gaunt was.
My bad.
Abraham Gaunt was known as the people's hero for the fact that he showed much compassion to the soldiers under his command.
I was getting stuff.
He also was a commissar, so he was not afraid to put a bullet in a guy who was acting irregular or strange, or for that matter, being traitors.
His introduction in the cinematic is literally him killing another commissar that was telling everyone to retreat or something like that. I think it was a commissar.
That was Sebastian Yorick.
Yeah, that was Yorick. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, no, me and Henry are on the same. We're on the same page.
Ibrahim Gaunt was a commissar who believed in justice, so he did not shoot somebody willy nilly, and he showed much compassion to his men, to the point of which he would actually go butt heads with Central Command and other commissars over his belief, because a lot of commissars thought him soft because he didn't just shoot people at random or use whips, because there were commissars who used whips. In the case of Commissar Ibrahim Gaunt, he used compassion, persuasion, and just sheer this is a guy who fought on the front lines with his men. He wasn't some commissars who sat comfortably in the far back lines and just or at base making sure guys get that their uniforms were no. This guy was on the front lines with his men,
fighting blood berserkers.
So he'd be the guy that would be on the Lehman Russ tank saying, "Drive me closer so I can hit it with my sword."
No, he was in the trench.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying he would do stuff like that too. But
Well, the 10th First and Only are light infantry, so he would have a cloak, a camo cloak, and he would have his cutlass, his power sword, and 2 bolt pistols.
yeah, but didn't they have any kind of machinery?
Yes, they did, but they were mostly a light infantry, so
Okay, so like the Sentinels.
They didn't have Sentinels. They had the best kind of kit they had was machine guns.
Oh, so they had like the little Chimera tanks.
That's about as far as they go.
They're lower. One of the lowest grade tanks you can get is the Rhinos and the Chimera tanks, which you can just have like little turrets on, or little laser turrets, or little heavy bolter turrets.
But for the most part, they didn't have like vehicles. They were mostly, if they needed a vehicle, they got it. But if they mostly were, like I said, they were mostly light infantry, flat jackets, snipers, scouts. The 10th First and Only believed in. They had a long 30 millimeter life, like a large, it was pretty much like a little short sword for them. Like I said, carbines, grenades, stick grenades. The 10th First and Only were specialized in scouting, sabotage, and sniping. That's what their specialty was. And Gaunt knew how to use them effectively. And he actually went in one of the books. He actually went to town. He actually went up to a colonel of a regiment of a planet that he was supposed to. It was trench warfare, like World War I style trench warfare, and they were putting these guys on the front lines. And it was like, but these are light infantry. He literally went to the colonel's like, dude. These are not frontline soldiers. These are light infantry. You're going to get my men killed. And he literally went up to a guy and he said, and he practically went to fisticuffs with this guy.
Wow. All right. So that was our Warhammer lore.
But just for one more thing, but before. I highly recommend reading the books more than I can tell you all to my heart's content. I can sit here and spew on about it to your heart's content, but reading the books are so much better.
Read, my boy, read.
And hit it, DJ. All right. This is the political part of our stream. As you notice, we are called the Chaotic Minds. And in this Chaotic Minds, we have a disclaimer. A disclaimer that is for our thoughts, not yours. These are just things that are just being said that we have our own choice to say on. They're alleged and choice between. When it comes to political party, you have your Republicans red, you have Democrats blue. Why not have a third solid party called the Purple People Party? For the people, by the people, of the people. Because when you mix red, white, and blue, you get a violet purple. And on that note, we're going to play this out with our party and crew as we are in the middle, looking at both sides, figuring out what the hell's wrong with this world.
Growing up Muslim, you hear it everywhere. Islamic Ummah is one body. When one part suffers, the whole body feels it. Itself is a civilization, divided, historically inevitable, and destined to rise above the arrogant powers of the West. That, of course, is the pitch. That's what gets repeated in Friday sermons and in revolutionary speeches. Iran's former Supreme Leader Khamenei himself called it a divine tradition. Resistance leads to victory, because God guarantees it. But in February this year, that pitch got a live fire test. The United States and Israel launched a military campaign against Iran. Khamenei himself was killed instantly. The Strait of Hormuz shut down. Missiles and drones started landing on important infrastructure across the Gulf. And the entire Muslim world watched not as one body, but as a collection of fragile, weak states scrambling to call Washington. It turns out this war didn't only expose military weakness, it exposed the Islamic illusion. To understand what collapsed, you need to understand what was promised. And this wasn't isolated to Iran. Across the Muslim world, the idea of Islamic strength has been sold as a complete package. They truly believe in their spiritual superiority and an inevitable victory over the West. Iran's revolutionary system was the loudest version of it, sure. Their schools taught children to carry hatred for arrogance, their word for America, and framed martyrdom as the highest honor. But this wasn't contained to one country or one sect. Hezbollah in Lebanon built an entire resistance society around the same idea. Mosques, schools, youth programs, all centered on the belief that God personally delivers military victory to the faithful. Their leader credited divine virtue for the outcome of the 2006 war. Sunni movements carried the same energy with different branding. When the war broke out, Reuters reported crowds in Pakistan chanting death to America and death to Israel outside the US consulate. Not because Pakistan was at war, because the script is the same everywhere. The West is the enemy, Islam is the answer, and God is on our side.
Yeah, he would know best. So, yeah.
Well, that's pretty much every religion ever. It was the same thing with the Crusades during the early days of the Crusades.
Well, the original thing of the Crusades, what it was created for, was the act of, because the Muslims attacking everywhere. The bad thing was they went too far.
Particularly when they attacked, particularly in, I think it was the 13th or 15th Crusade, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was one of the later ones, was the bad ones.
It's when they literally attack a Christian city, sack it, steal all the gold they could possibly get, just so they could fund to get the ships to ship them over to the middle to Jerusalem, and it's just like, and wasting a bunch of your strength on something stupid like that.
Yeah, that was not the right.
Fizzled out.
The rest of it was more just there was a defense action of what was going on. Self-defense. They went up in arms as they were sick and tired of being attacked, having their women and children murdered and raped. All right, so on that note, let's go to this next one.
You know, I would say that House Republicans are running for the exits faster than kids do on the final day of school. I mean, just take here. Oh, hello, most House retirements since 1930. So far this cycle, already 36. That is the grand record over the last nearly 100 years. My goodness gracious. That actually beats the former record in total, which was 34 back in the 2018 cycle. And that wasn't that long ago. And I do recall that was a very, very good year for House Democrats. The bottom line is this: you don't run for the exits unless your trouble is brewing. And House Republicans so far believe trouble is absolutely brewing.
Okay, how do you know that? What does history tell us about these types of exits?
Okay, so, you know, I say it's brewing, and sometimes I just like to pontificate, but sometimes I actually have facts behind me. Let's take a look here. Okay, party with fewer House retirements since 1982 in midterms. They went on to win the U.S. House 80% of the time. Far fewer Democrats are retiring this cycle than Republicans. When one side runs for the exits, right? I'm doing my best right here, my best Usain Bolt right here. When one side runs for the exits, they lose the House of Representatives. When one side stays put, it's because they think something good is going to happen. And House Democrats clearly think something is good going to happen. And House Republicans clearly think something very bad is going to happen.
Again, we said this is basically a record since 1930, more than we've seen in 100 years. And that's just so far. I mean,
that's just so far. This is, I think, what's so clear is this number is likely to climb ever higher.
Okay, so what are they looking at? Sam Graves last Thursday, and it was a surprise. It was a bit of a reversal. What might he have been looking at that caused him to retire?
You know, some elected officials aren't so smart, but many of them are. And they're looking at the same numbers we're looking at. And what they're looking at is the president of the United States and his approval rating. So why don't we just take a look here? Why are GOP retiring? Okay. When the president's approval is less than 50%, I went back all the way through the record books, all the way back since 1938 in midterm elections. When the House, the first party in the House, on average, loses 34 seats, when the president's approval rating is less than 50%. Donald Trump isn't anywhere close to 50%. He's at 40%. The average, the president's party, they lose 34 seats. The least was just 9. That was actually Joe Biden back in 2022. But guess what? House Democrats only need to pick up of 1, 2, 3 in order to gain a majority. So the least, even the worst case scenario for Democrats is not anywhere close to what Republicans need to hold on to the House of Representatives. And one little last historical anecdote as I go over to the blackboard over here. The only 2 times that the president's party did not lose at least 3 seats was 1998 and 2002. You know what the president's approval rating was in those years? It was 6. You know, I would.
All right. Enough of that.
Just at that video, it's now 36%. His approval rating is actually not improving.
Yeah, that's just how people are because it's wartime. That's always how it goes in war. That's everybody in war.
Mm-hmm. Next video.
And he doesn't care anyways. He's not getting reelected. Get the job done, clear
Adam
the better of the future. I'm down with wiping the enemies out. As long as they're within the standards of the actual court of enemy, if not, allegedly. For legal terms on the Facebook and wherever else. All right, let's try this one.
Adam the Apostate has a really interesting post on X. He asked former Muslims to share why they left Islam. I want to read some of the responses for 3 reasons. One, it's good to understand the kinds of things that bother Muslims about Islam and that ultimately convince them to leave the religion. 2, we should all be supporting the ex-Muslims who are responding. Whether you agree with their reasons or not, whether you agree with where they ended up or not, keep in mind, these are people who are under a death sentence because they refuse to mindlessly obey the ramblings of an illiterate 7th century Arabian caravan robber. Very frequently, their families turn their backs on them. If a woman is married and has kids and decides to leave Islam, she's probably got a battle ahead of her because her husband's family is going to try to keep the kids from her. There's always a huge cost for leaving Islam, and Muslim leaders want it to stay that way because that's how they keep people from leaving Islam. 3, as new alliances, for instance, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens fans become increasingly pro-Islam, it's going to become more popular for non-Muslims to condemn and mock ex-Muslims. Look at what Milo just said on X. When a man leaves Islam, it is normally because he is a homosexual choosing dunya over deen. That's choosing the world over the faith. When a woman does it, it is because she craves the life of a prostitute and because she has just been tipped off that her OnlyFans has made it into the hands of her uncles. You'll be seeing more of this as people who
maybe they just don't want
like
to die.
Milo realize that there's a really easy way to get attention.
That's part of it. Part of their religion is about that.
Or I just
Do they not know about slander and defamation?
Yeah, Takia.
I'm just throwing this idea out there. Maybe because they don't want to die.
Yeah, that's the thing though. But they all practice Takia where they lie, and to them it's a game. It's funny to lie. It's not cool. No. Let's keep like this guy keep going with it. He got some really good points on this stuff. It's kind of worrisome.
Just say something stupid and insane that Muslims agree with, instant clicks. So, weird times, but we've got Adam the Apostate. He's an ex-Muslim and an Oxford theology graduate who posted, ex-Muslims, please comment below the reasons why you left Islam to help spread awareness for the liberals who have no idea what it is like for people like us, if it is safe and able for you to do so. Thank you to all those on the X community who stand with and support us. And here are some of the responses. Nuria, I read the Quran in English and was disgusted at the word of God. Turned to the Hadith and Sunnah and was even more disgusted when I discovered the so-called prophet's life, his wives, his morals, and his appetite for war, plunder, and grape, which basically make up the religion. Hannah, I left Islam because my ex-husband used Islam to justify domestic abuse. Local imams agreed. His family agreed. Police got me and my kids to safety. I thought I'd study more Quran because they must have been wrong. My story is pinned on my profile. Indeed, they must have been wrong. There's no way the Quran says, oh wait, here it is in Surah 4, verse 34. Men are in charge of women because Allah hath made the one of them to excel the other, and because they spend of their property for the support of women. So good women are the obedient, guarding in secret that which Allah hath guarded. As for those from whom ye fear rebellion, admonish them and banish them to beds apart and scourge them. Then, if they obey you, seek not a way against them. Lo, Allah is ever high, exalted, great. Brew note. I left Islam around 18 and am now 49 and Christian for the past 2 years. I was an atheist in between. Why I left is not as important as what I know to be true now. In my experience, Islam is not based in love or presence of God or the light. Music is forbidden. People do not carry warmth and grace and what I now know as real kindness. There is a scary, edgy, robotic obedience that, in contrast to what I know now, is absolutely not of a divine creator. When your needs are challenged by someone who thinks like this, you do not matter. That is a big problem. I have a longer post explaining my life story pinned to my profile, and I am happy to answer anyone's question.
Okay, that would explain as to why a lot of the Muslim Islamic DJs and artists have been slowly disappearing off of a lot of things.
Yeah, because it's haram. And do you know what I'm supposed to? Why do you think they don't respect any of us?
Sounds boring if you don't have the art or music or any. It sounds boring.
Yeah, because they take and depict, and if you even depict their Prophet Muhammad and draw him in any kind of form or in a rude way and say he's a pedo, you're supposed to get murdered or some crap. And it's like crazy and ridiculous. That's bullcrap. But they try. This is the stuff you got to worry about. That I warn people about because I lived with them for several years. I learned a lot about them. I read a lot of their stuff.
I was just warning my dad about that 100-year plan. Telling him about that. Crazy shit.
Leaders now they don't know what the hell to do, but they got a bunch of new ones they're trying to rise up that are.
That was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. Just like, come and get me, and then jump cuts to him captured already.
Right. All right, let's go to this one right here. This
So we've got some big breaking news and hide the ketchup. A federal judge has just ordered the Trump administration to halt construction of Trump's $400 million White House ballroom, ruling that the project cannot move forward unless Congress approves it. In a major rebuke, the judge made it crystal clear that the president is just a steward of the White House, not the owner. And per the ruling, Trump does not have the legal authority to tear down part of the White House grounds and build a massive new ballroom just because he wants to, though may be a little late for that. The court said that no existing law comes close to giving Trump that power, even if private donors are footing the bill. The judge also stressed that Congress has controlled major White House construction projects for centuries, and that this project can't just bypass that whole process. Trump already got a start on the construction, or should I say, destruction. The East Wing was demolished, heavy machinery is on site, and above ground work was set to begin in April. But now, unless Congress steps in and authorizes it, the project has to stop. The message from the court was blunt. The White House belongs to the American people, not Donald Trump. That's all for now. Spread the word and listen to the Midas Touch podcast for more. So we've got some big break.
I'm not going to be letting you touch me, you weird little guy. It puts the lotion on the skin.
Hell no.
Okay, go on.
No, I just find it funny that Donald Trump has been. In fact, recently on Air Force One, he actually was saying, "Oh, this ballroom is going to be great. It has bulletproof glass. It has a secret room." He actually said that out loud, and it's like, and he said something about the New York Times said something about a staircase that doesn't go anywhere. And it's just like, oh, well, we got rid of that. It's like, yeah, sure you did. I just funny.
The staircase
Now
would
you
go.
can't do anything with that ballroom because
The staircase would go to the secret room.
he has to do one of two things. One is he has to go appeal it, or two, he has to go to Congress to get approval.
They've already been working on it. I believe most of it's already like damn near done.
Well, no, they can't because now that your federal judges ruled that he can't do anything with it.
Yeah, I gotta see some like information and videos on this because some of that stuff doesn't make sense, and some of the stuff that the Congress is trying to do doesn't make sense right now. Anyways, they're just trying anything to stop and manage and distract Trump from what's going on. We're trying to defend things like him overseas, doing great. Him domestically here, lots of problems. But I believe things are getting better. They are getting better. Things are getting better and safer in some ways, but other ways they're not. At least now we know who the enemies are because they're all revealing their true faces. Sadly, a lot of them are on the Democratic side more than anything. There are some on the Republican, mostly on the Democratic. There's probably a few in the purple, which we hope we not. But for us, we're straight up legit, just like, hey, we're in the middle. We're tired of this left and right bull crap. It's not a sports team.
It's not tennis.
Yeah, it's not a game. That's the point. Not your team versus my team. It's not, I hit something, now it's your turn. Now you hit something, now it's your turn. Here's the ball. No.
Neocons out of Congress.
Yeah, we need to have at least a trifecta. Period. There needs to be at least a third
Get
party.
the Lindsey Grahams out of Congress.
There's a lot of them we need to. So I'd wipe most of the Democratic Party and probably half the Republican Party. I would have them all replaced. Have them all like those people would all be sent on their way with slips for like, here's your retirement plan money. Don't spend it all in one place. Every one of you go. We're replacing you with somebody else. All right, but let's go with this next video.
Communist Muslims, suspiciously, are everywhere. Not only is communism not at all a trait of the Quran or in Islamic doctrine in any way, but communism is anti-biblical in literally every regard. Take money from the people that earn it and give it to the people that don't. You don't actually own anything. The state owns everything. These are concepts that don't exist in the Bible. These are concepts that don't exist in Sharia law either. But suspiciously enough, we have an invasion of communist Muslims in our countries because communism also just wants to overthrow governments, and all these Muslims also kind of want to overthrow governments. It seems. Not saying that all the Muslims want to overthrow governments, but the communist ones definitely do, and so do the religious ones, and so do the ones that send them here, and so does the Muslim Brotherhood. A lot of Muslims, not all Muslims, but a lot of Muslims. You can call me Islamophobic. You can't call me a liar.
You know that almost all the terrorists are.
First of all, communism is a concept. It was a concept. One was written by a man. Communism was not designed. First of all, communism in and of itself, the idea of communism is not a bad idea.
It works in small clusters.
But it was designed for places like Japan or
Germany. Originally, it was designed for a place like Germany,
but it still wasn't done right. There still was a lot of flaws.
That's because humanity is incapable. Humanity is by its nature is selfish.
There's one part is that, and the part is that people won't follow the rules. The other part is no one's going to check who's next. No one's going to be strict and actually do it the right way. If they had everybody doing it and following it correctly, that would be one thing in order. But the bad thing is then you're going to change numbers over time. Some people are going to be lazy. There's so many problems. It's a great in theory, in a book, in a story. In reality, so far, no. Not unless you have other things to help. There has to be other things in like a great machine of some sort to help keep it flowing.
Democracy is the best form of government.
The best way is Star Trek. A replicator. If we had a replicator, it would work. Boom. Done. But no replicators. We don't have that. But in all reality, capitalism's better. Capitalize.
Democracy is actually the best form of government.
Capitalizing democracy to a certain extent, but democracy has its corruptions too. They all do. Every one of them does. The thing is the good people inside the country that make it good and do the right thing. It's about the people and their faiths and their beliefs and what they're all willing to do together to make something become something great for the next generation, not their own. Sadly, that's the problem. We don't have enough good faith people anymore. And people that don't like dogs. If you don't like dogs, get the F out of here.
For real.
If it's basic trauma, it's one thing. But let's do this.
Or allergies.
So Hassan Piker out here every single day he shows up to talk about how much he hates America and refuses to leave. This is talking about Turkish citizens wanting to remain neutral on the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran, etc., etc. And Hassan is like, Turkey is the funniest NATO nation. The population absolutely despises America, and Israel can't blame them. It's pretty awesome stuff. How he's just like, he'll wake up, he'll go on the timeline, he'll be like, wow, I fucking hate America. Anyway, this is how we're going to pervert and destroy it while making believe I'm some sort of patriot. I don't really love America. After mass immigration concludes, the caliphate of America is exactly what Hassan always wanted. And the reality is that is exactly why Muslims always vote left. Muslims always vote left because left wants to destroy the actual country. Left wants to bring in more Muslims, so Muslims always vote left. You see it with Hassan Piker, with Mehdi Hassan, with all the fucking Hassans. Right? It's Nico wanted to vote for Bernie Sanders and voted for Zoran Mamdani, even though he makes believes he's right wing. Right? The reality is clear. They'll vote for the party that wants to import infinite Muslims and overthrow Western civilization.
Those guys are left wing. So yeah, a little more forward on the video, it would have showed more about the TOG thing, about some of the crazy things we're talking about.
Protesting and demanding justice, she found dead.
Well, yeah, that was a woman and her daughter both raped by the dad. And because they complained about it, talked about it, they were found dead not too long after complaining about it. Yeah. And then they were talking about trying to make dogs illegal in England and in Canada. Yeah, no, you're not going to make...
Good luck with that.
Yeah. I will choose a dog over them any day. I like dogs. Dogs are awesome. Dogs are man's best friend. But let's do this one. Hey, aren't you an actress?
Oh.
There is nothing I would like to see more than the dismantling of the Iranian regime, but this is an experiment that America has tried and failed for decades and decades and decades. Under Bush, who he worked for, under Obama, Trump promised to be different, but it is not different. He is continuing to make the same mistake of thinking that just because you remove the bad guy, everything is magically solved. Didn't
very
work with
intelligent.
Gaddafi. It got worse.
Crazy.
Didn't work with Saddam Hussein. It got worse. You can't just remove the bad guy with no backup plan to build long-lasting institutions. And from everything we've seen from this administration, they have no plan. They have no plan on what's going to happen next. They have no transition plan. I don't think they know. They took out most of the people they were going to replace the supreme leader with. And now Marco Rubio contradicts Donald Trump. Donald Trump contradicts himself. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen doesn't seem to know what the word war even means. He's like debating himself on that every single day. We need an actual plan. I haven't seen a plan from this administration, and that's worrying to me.
That's the point. If you don't understand, that's worrisome. I haven't seen a plan. Why the fuck would we tell you?
That's what
No,
a lot
really.
of old presidents made the mistake of doing, just talking about all their plans.
We're
This is what we're
gonna
going to do.
this
Cough,
day on
cough.
this date at this time. We're going to be attacking, and the country's watching and growing. Guys, move everything over here. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we attacked. Oh no.
Using
happens.
transparency as a weapon. I hate that.
I like that there is, like, because even Trump said when people asked him about it, they're like, "What are you going to do? This. Like, why the hell would I tell you? Why would it be stupid enough? Like, I shouldn't be president if, in any way, if I'm telling the secrets of like when we're going to attack and risk our own people dying. We're going to hit them strong, going to hit them hard. Trump has had the least casualties in strikes than anybody. When it comes to military, the least. I've looked that shit up. Obama, holy shit. Biden was an atrocity with what the hell he did. The evacuation. The publicly murdering people and stuff and hanging them off helicopters. But with this stuff, America was just being the muscle at first, striking the enemy that was saying death to America. And now we're cutting out whatever thing that makes nuclear if they're not going to use it to make power plants and power their cities like they used to. No, we're not going to let them make bombs. If you're chaining death to America and you're suiciding all the time and making the top terrorist at least 10 groups out of the last 60 all have been Muslim. If it's that, then it's that. But on that note, I'm sorry that we had to bring this up, but these are just information and news that we are showing all of you. Some of these thoughts of theirs people, some are our thoughts. On that note, this is the Pro People Party, 40 people by the people of the people. We believe in 3 parties, and we believe in terms for almost every form of the government and certain kind of actions depending on what the job is. And on that note, we are the Chaotic Minds. The world is chaotic. It is a new era, and it is our odyssey. Right? And then we also have the Grey Mercenary Knights, the GMK, where we do our actions and stunt actions, video recording, voice acting, stunt choreography, movie stuff such as that, as well as just combat in general, D&D, and having fun. Dark Trooper, would you like to mention for Sunday?
Tune in on Sunday for the Rolling to Die podcast. I believe we're doing a one-shot campaign until we get our stuff together for our actual
new campaign. Still got some work in there. Right now I'm gonna get a one shot going for us. It's gonna be kind of fun. I'm gonna use some 2D characters until everything's situated. And then hopefully I'll have the studio more work done just doing it all by myself right now because time, money, weather, especially weather. If it's not freezing 0 or raining, it's something else, or the wind. Right? You get a couple sweet spots a year to do stuff, and people have to do a bunch of stuff real quickly in those couple days. All right. So on that note, Thunderbase, anything for your promotions, my friend?
Don't forget to tune in next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next episode of The Chaotic Minds. Again, I've been your host, Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, saying thank you and good night.
Thank you.